Okay, when you're ready.
Okay, so our song is called In Between by Beartooth, and it's metalcore rock genre. And we thought the target audience would be like 16 to 20-year-olds and mainly female, which we got from our survey on SurveyMonkey.
And we think they'll mainly be female because our narrative is going to feature a female character, and she's sort of going to be the main focus of the film, so we thought we might relate more to her. And our film's going to contain narrative and performance, and it was originally going to be more narrative based, but we decided it might look a bit too cheesy to have a couple maybe holding hands and going shopping. So we're going to make it look a bit more abstract and have we've replaced a scene where they're going to go shopping together, and we've replaced it with a girl overdosing, and we think this might fit better to the genre conventions as well. And we sort of gained inspiration from the film Memento, because we're going to have two narrative lines. So we'll have it sort of going backwards and forwards until they sort of meet in the middle. And this was going to be sort of focused on more when we were doing a narrative, like more focused on the narrative. But we think we could still keep this in our film, even with the abstract parts.
Yeah, and so the main narrative is that they're in an abusive relationship. So the girl decides to sort of run away, which fits to the lyrics. So we'll be following like Andrew Goodwin's conventions, fitting the video to the lyrics of the song. And in our performance we'll be having like director dress to sort of, gain the star image of the main singer, but we're subverting from the rock genre performance because they usually have like the whole band playing all their instruments, but we're only having the main singer because, I mean, we don't really have access to all the equipment, and we just thought it would be a lot more simple and effective just focusing on the one person.
And it will really emphasise the star image, and it won't take too much attention away from our narrative, which we didn't want to do. We didn't want to make the performance the main focus. The representation, we're going to have the couple's going to be quite a young, attractive couple. They're going to, so on the surface you'd think they'd be quite an aspirational couple, you think people might look up to them. But when you see sort of the abusive relationship that they're in and how the girl's suffering, we think this will sort of be tarnished, and then we think the target audience might relate to this because of the domestic issues. And I think unfortunately this is quite a common issue that people might be able to relate to. And you could also say by having a young, attractive, rich couple, it might subvert the conventions that we mentioned earlier, because you'd normally expect people from a poorer background to be featured in a sort of a rock metal video.
So to emphasise that the couple are like wealthy, we've got quite like a nice room where they're living, but that is where sort of some of the abuse happens, so that sort of juxtaposes against each other. And also we've got sort of a really like vast like hill landscape, so where you can just see like all over it, and which sort of relates to the lyrics. I think it's up on the mountain I see down below, so she's looking over like everything, sort of just wondering like what she should do and like things like that. And then we've also got performance. We're not exactly sure where we're having it, but we know that it's going to be, we have a couple of places in mind, like a dark alley and things.
Or an empty barn, but we're not quite sure.
Yeah, so it's going to be quite sort of intense in that way, and linked to the sort of abusive part of it. And that's it.
Questions for Alice?
No, sorry.
Good. How are you going to cope with the suicide?
Well, she doesn't commit suicide, but she just sort of tries to.
It's going to be sort of like she's going to be seen overdosing with some pills, and then we're going to have it from like sort of point of view shots, where we're going to see her looking around the room, and lights are going to be flickering and things are going to be blurring, so you can sort of see her being disillusioned and being separate from her world.
Very easy.
I'm not